It would seem that the Tate brothers have been arrested in Miami because there has been yet another allegation that resurfaced in the United Kingdom. And so now the US government is going to try and see whether or not they should be deported. Now, obviously, this has reopened conversations about Andrew Tate, whether or not he is a bad person. And I want to weigh in on what I personally think. Because the situation is a little bit complex. We can't pretend that Andrew Tate is just an average individual. And we also can't pretend that the British government is just a normal government that is seeking justice. The British government has undergone a cultural revolution in recent years. I believe it's one of the most feminized nations on planet Earth. A nation that glorifies the value of safety even above the value of freedom or liberty of its own citizens. And so, in order to achieve safety, they are not just policing people's actions, but they're also policing people's thoughts. And so we saw with the recent feminist movement that a lot of individuals like Johnny Depp, for instance, were crucified socially merely because they got allegations. So for 3 or 4 years, the Anglosphere has suffered many witch hunts where it was simply enough for a woman to say that a man is a misogynist or that the man has abused her. And often with little or no evidence, the man would be considered socially dead. And any type of person that would try to defend the man would be considered a rape apologist, and they would be socially dead as well. And so within this context, we know that the British establishment, and here I can say the mainstream media, politicians, NGOs, universities, police leadership, have openly regarded people like Andrew Tate as a particular toxic symbol of online masculinity. And so the incentive for all these institutions and people is to actually have Andrew Tate convicted of something. Because now they seem to lack legitimacy. You cannot say that everything bad in the world happens because of a guy, and yet there is absolutely no crime against the man. And one of the things that the British government does, which is very similar to what other more authoritarian governments have done in the past, is when they go after someone, they immediately start digging. They try to find anything wrong in order to find something that sticks. And so, to me, it's not surprising that they keep going after him. Again, when you say Andrew Tate, nowadays it's kind of used as the boogeyman, as Satan. I even saw Asmongold, for example, saying that whenever he has a girlfriend, all of his critics that are normally feminists turn into Andrew Tate. So again, Andrew Tate is kind of like a brand now. He's not just a human being. He's like an entity, like an eldritch spirit that permeates the internet. The British media as well, they released a documentary about a kid which apparently was 13 and he was an incel, right? Like at 13, being an incel is a bad thing, according to the British public. And he killed some chick, and the reason he did it is because he watched online videos like Andrew Tate. And the British Prime Minister, they looked at this fictional film called Adolescence, and they said, no, it has to be played in schools, like this is something, right? And so, again, the entire incentive of legitimacy for the British institutions is to actually have Andrew Tate arrested and then conclude that anyone that watched Andrew Tate was supporting a criminal, and it's actually important for the online platforms to ban and censor not just Andrew Tate, but anyone that would parrot the things that Andrew Tate says, because they are extremely dangerous and they're creating crime, right? And so, like, that is the version that I have in order to defend Andrew Tate from persecution in the public eye. Like, there is a conflict of interest here. There is a direct incentive from all of the British institutions to convict him of something, right? Now, on the other hand, let's look at what Andrew Tate has done in the past. Andrew Tate has come into my country specifically because the Romanian police is corrupt. So he chose a country that he knew it's corrupt. And then what he did was he contacted the daughter of a Romanian senator from the Social Democrat Party at the time and offered her a strawberry emoji. The daughter herself was 16 at the time. Now, in Romania, it's not illegal, but in a corrupt nation, as Andrew Tate accurately recognized it, you as a guy that is having a business of doing OnlyFans and video chatting, to contact the daughter of a sitting senator is unwise. And that's when a lot of his trouble started, right? And he got under investigations and he went to prison and stuff like that. But the idea of Andrew Tate's personality, right? Like, he is a grown man. Why do you think he contacted not just the daughter of the sitting senator, but her colleagues as well? You as a 30-year-old man, like, do you think he contacted her because he was in love and he wanted to marry her and have children and live together and happily ever after? Right? And so, like, this tells me about the personality of the man. A lot of the accusations that he had thrown against him happened way before the British government had the ideological reason to go after him. Like, a lot of the accusations happened when he was still a kickboxer. And so the question is, first of all, like, did Romania fail to prosecute him correctly? Well, I mean, he did accurately point out that my government is corrupt. He also has a lot of money, expensive lawyers, and an online fan base. And so, you know, did Romania do a good job prosecuting him? I don't know. Is the UK currently interested in finding the truth? That's another interesting question. See, because at the end of the day, I think that Andrew Tate is a douchebag. I do think that he got himself involved with the porn industry, which comes with a lot of gray areas and a lot of questions, and maybe he actually did perform the Loverboy method and other things in order to make more cash. Is it possible he disrespected women? Yes. Can the governments prove it? In other words, I don't like the British government at all. I do not like their values. I do not like their systems. But at the same time, I also don't like Andrew Tate. But just because I don't like someone, it doesn't necessarily mean that he should go to prison, right? And so, unfortunately, I do have to say, when it comes to justice, I actually trust the American system a lot more than the British system. Like, the British judicial system is a system that arrests people for having fidget spinners, is a system that arrests people for protesting against Keir Starmer. I don't trust it at all. I mean, a nation that has the Online Safety Act is not a serious nation. Like, this is not a nation that you should get any values from. And because of that, everything that stems from it, I press X to doubt. Especially a nation that takes a fictional film about adolescence, and then the prime minister claims every single school needs to see this documentary. Like, I'm sorry, no, these are values that I want nothing of. And so if they happen to convict Andrew Tate, I would still put a question mark. Is the man still guilty? Because it's like, who convicted them? The British courts. If it is the American courts, then I would have more of a reason to believe them, especially since America actually had the president intercede on behalf of Andrew Tate, asking the Romanian government how much longer, right? Like, is there a limit to how much you're going to investigate him? And so, yes, I do not believe that all governments are equal. I do not believe that all judgment systems are equal. I do think that when it comes to justice, chances are you're not going to find it in the British courts, based on their public display in recent years. If you were talking about justice in the 90s in the British courts, yes, I think you would have found it. Today, from my personal take, right? I am allowed to have personal take still, right? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But I don't believe the UK to be a serious nation. From their recent performance and their values and their institutions. So anyway, we'll see what happens, right? Right now, the Americans are deciding whether or not to extradite them. In the meantime, let me know what you think. And as usual, we'll see each other in the comment section. Take care.